You've felt it. You walk into a room, a new job, a new team, a circle you've been part of for years, and within minutes, one man has already decided he doesn't like you. He answers coldly. He looks past you. He says your name like it costs him something. You did nothing. He's already locked in. And you ask the question every man asks when this happens. What did I do wrong? Most of the time, you did nothing. That's the part that disturbs you. You were taught by school, by family, by the whole nice everyone along culture you grew up inside that rejection only follows wrongdoing. So when rejection comes without wrongdoing, you assume the fault must be hidden somewhere inside you. It isn't. Marcus Aurelius understood this in the second book of his Meditations. He wrote, before sunrise each morning, that he would meet men who were ungrateful, arrogant, envious, dishonest, not because of him, but because of what they were. 2,000 years, nothing has changed. So today, why some men hate you when you've done nothing. The 5 mechanisms beneath the surface and the discipline a Stoic uses to stop bleeding energy on men who were never going to accept him. The first mechanism is projection. Projection is what happens when a man cannot face what he is, so he hands it to you. His insecurity, his failure, the unprocessed anger from a father he never confronted. You become the carrier of a weight never yours. Picture the man who feels like a failure underneath. He looks at you, steady, composed, moving forward, and something cracks. He does not hate what you did. He hates that you are a living reminder of what he refuses to become. It is not your behavior he cannot stand. It is your existence. The second mechanism, and most men resist this one, so listen carefully, is that some men cannot stand to see another man at peace. Sounds extreme, until you've lived inside the rooms where it happens. A man trapped in bitterness, in slow envy, in quiet dissatisfaction. That man does not feel inspired by your stillness. He feels accused by it. You become a mirror, and the mirror is unbearable. Rather than turn inward and admit what needs to change, he invents a villain. You. If I am not well, you should not be either. That sentence plays behind his face. He never says it aloud. But from that moment on, the small jabs begin. The jokes that are not jokes. The smile that does not reach the eyes. The third mechanism is envy, but never the kind you were warned about. Most men think envy sounds like admission. I wish I were you. Almost no one says it that way. Envy wears costumes. It dresses up as constant criticism, as the laugh that arrives a half second too late, as the cold distance, as the "I'm just being honest" that lands like a knife. The envious man does not tell you he wants what you have. He just makes sure you don't get to enjoy it. And the reason is simple. You have something he doesn't. Presence, discipline, the quiet that comes from a life he hasn't built. Now hear this, because most men get this exactly backwards. The fourth mechanism. Sometimes you are hated because you are good. Specifically, because you are good and you do not negotiate. Some men live by emotional manipulation. They are gracious with the men they can control. But when they meet a man who does not grovel, does not chase, does not flinch under pressure, they attack. The manipulator has just discovered in your stillness that he has no leverage. And nothing enrages a manipulator more than a man with limits. The hatred isn't a sentence on your weakness. It's a salute to your immovability. Epictetus said it plainly. It is not what happens to you, but how you respond to it that matters. The Stoics knew, long before psychology had a name, that hatred from the unwell is not a verdict on you. It is information about them. The fifth mechanism, and the last, is the man who turns every encounter into a contest. You can be doing nothing, simply existing, simply doing your work, and he will mark you as competition. At work, in families, in friendships that quietly turn cold. When the man who needs to be the center realizes you are not competing with him, but you are not beneath him either, he chooses one of two roads: inspiration or war. The weak man always chooses war. And here is the line beneath all five mechanisms. When a man cannot become better than you, he tries to make you appear worse. That is the engine of the gossip, the distortion, the room that quiets when you walk in. He isn't painting you accurately. He is painting you in a way that lets him sleep at night. Understand this clearly. This is not a verdict on your worth. It is a confession of his weakness. Now, the discipline. 5 rules. The next time it happens, you will not flinch. Stop explaining yourself. The man who hates you for no reason does not want to understand. He wants to win. Do not react in the moment. Every impulsive reply hands him ammunition he did not have to earn. Guard your energy like a man guards his sleep. Not every man deserves access to your inner life. Stand with posture, not aggression. Civility is not submission. You can be unmovable without raising your voice. Stop asking for love from men who have only resentment to give. That is the turn. That is where most men finally exhale. If a man hates you and you did nothing, you are not living the wrong life. You are living a life some men cannot tolerate without examining their own. Being good will not protect you from judgment. Character will not stop envy. Kindness will not prevent attack. None of that means you are wrong. It means you have become something another man could not. So do not shrink to fit inside the insecurity of strangers. The inner citadel was never built by men who needed everyone's permission. Amor, Fati. Love what is, including the men who do not love you. They are the proof, not the problem. If this gave you a frame you did not have an hour ago, leave one word in the comments. Stand. The only word a man needs when the world is trying to make him small.